Guys, and welcome back to Life with Paulie, aka Movie Squad. If you don't know, usually on this channel I do movie recommendations along with movie talk, meditation videos, and short pet videos. But my channel is getting ready to take a total 360 turn into my life. The reason why I'm doing this and decided to do this, now I'm not gonna do movie recommendations or movie talk or whatever the case may be, because I still probably will do that even though I'm going to be living my life in a totally different way. Today, I want to talk about the Karen. Okay. At first, I didn't know what a Karen was, and I thought it was kind of funny for people to be calling people a Karen. I didn't really know what a Karen was until a couple months ago when I had a Karen move in next door to me. Now, if you don't know, in the apartment that I live in, I've been in this apartment for 8 years. I've always paid my rent on time, never had any complaints from the landlord, never had any complaints from the lady in the back. The lady in the back has got a small portion of the house. I think she's got a one bedroom and she lives in the back. And I got basically the whole house in the front. I got three bedrooms upstairs, kitchen, living room downstairs. However, when I first moved into this place 8 years ago, I moved in with my brother and his dad, my stepdad, and my mom. Four people moved in here. There's only one person left, and that is me. And what happened was my brother moved out, and then my brother's dad, he ended up in a nursing home, ended up passing away in 2020, I believe it was. And then my mom, she ended up with stage 4 lung cancer. She did get treatment and she got an extra 6 years added to her life, but she was 71 and she died on February 5th of 2022. That was the one of the most hardest losses I've ever had. Now, when we first moved in here, there was a lady that lived next door, and she was kind of a Karen too, starting problems shortly after we moved in here. But then after that, we had no problems with her whatsoever. She didn't talk to us. We didn't talk to her for 8 years. Well, she sold the house a couple months ago to a wife and husband and their children, and they moved in next door a couple months ago. And as soon as they moved in, his wife came over here, knocked on the door, caused a bunch of commotion and trouble. And I'm the kind of person that keeps to himself. I have a lot of health issues. I had a heart attack in 2021, a silent heart attack, and almost died. 2022, I almost died because I had a bleeding esophagus and I was losing all my red blood cells. So I was actually suffocating on the way to the hospital. I ended up getting a thing done on my esophagus and a blood transfusion and everything like that. And I have some other issues like depression, anxiety, stress, and I do go to counseling for that. I've been in counseling and seeing a therapist now for 4 years, and that does help out a lot. And I have a lot of anger issues, but my anger issues have been under control for a couple of years now due to going to counseling every 3 months and having a therapist and medications. However, the lady next door is just off the wall. She is like a Karen. I didn't know what a Karen was before, but I do now. She knocked on my door, called me a bunch of different names, things like that, and I basically told her to leave me alone, or I was calling the cops and pressing charges and getting an order of protection because she really does scare me. They really do scare me. Now, I want to make a suggestion to people out there. People that don't like people, or people that don't like noise, or people that don't like living in a city should not move smack dab in the middle of two houses. Now I can go out on my porch right now and I can actually touch their car from the railing of my porch. That's how close they are to my house. And they're close to the other neighbors on the other side also. If you're looking to be away from people, you don't want noise, you don't want to interact with people, move to the country. Move away from people. Don't go into a town or a city and disturb other people's lives that they're living quietly. I live my life quietly. I'm always lonely because, like I said, I lost my mom in February 2022. I'm in a whole three-bedroom house all by myself. I got 3 bedrooms upstairs, kitchen, living room downstairs. Mind you, I only pay $600 a month, which is a great amount of rent. It's very cheap. But I'm changing my life. I am going to transition to living in my car until I save enough money to get a van. Now, it's not going to be a big van, it's going to be like a caravan or something like that, maybe a work van to transform into my home. There's a lot of people on YouTube now, living the car life or living the van life. There's a lady that lives in her car with her dog. She's been living in her car with her dog for a few years, and if she could do it, I could do it too. The reason why I want to do this mainly is to get away from the Karen next door. I don't want any more issues. I don't want any more problems. I don't want to have to walk out the door and worry about them coming over, swearing at me, whatever the case may be. Okay. Now, I did leave a note on their banister outside. They have like a column outside the front of their house. And I left a note there to leave me alone. I said, leave me alone. I don't bother anybody. I haven't had no complaints. I've been living here 8 years, always paid my rent on time, never bothered anybody. Leave me alone, or I'm going to call the cops and press charges and get an order of protection. Well, because I put that note there, they called the cops on me. Come on. And the cops did come here. And I basically told them, I said, look, yeah, I did put the note there. It says to leave me alone and stop harassing me and stop trying to make trouble for me, or I'm going to have harassment charges pressed plus a order of protection. That's not harassment. What they were doing was harassing me. So I've decided to change my life. I'm going to be moving into my 2007 Saturn Ion for now. I'm going to spend more time with my daughter. I have 3 daughters. 2 of them live in Albany. 1 of them live in Kentucky. I don't see the one in Kentucky too much. Neither does the other family members, her sisters, her mother, whatever the case may be. But I do have 2 daughters that live outside of Albany, and I will be camping outside of my daughter's house. So I'm going to get more time to spend with my daughters, because 2 of them live almost in the same place. So I'll get to see both of them more often. And I will be coming back to Rome, where I live now. I live in Rome, New York, which is about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes from my daughter's house. I will be coming back here to get my mail and to go to the doctor's office and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm going to be camping at my daughter's. And I'm going to be doing videos on this channel of me transforming my car into a safe place to stay, and then saving the money and getting a van and showing you the transformation of that. The reason why I want to get out of here is because of the people next door. I like to stay to myself. I don't like to cause nobody trouble. I don't like people to cause trouble for me or harass me. So I need to change my life and get out of here. And I've decided to live life on the road and become a full time nomad. And there's a lot of people on YouTube, if you don't know, that are doing it already. If you search it, or if you already watch these kinds of videos, you know it will pop up on your YouTube, about this one living in their van, this one living in their car. I mean, there's people that are 90 and live in a van, because they have much more freedom. I will have much more freedom. I won't be tied down to an apartment. I won't have to pay the $600 a month for rent anymore, so I could take that money, put it aside, save it for a van. Because my car is nice. I like my car. I've had my car now for 4 or 5 years, but it is small, and I would like something bigger, just with a little bit more room. So I figure if I get out of my apartment, get rid of everything that I have, and start over, start life in my car, I could save the money to get a big enough van for me to sustain the rest of my life in. And I'm doing this also to be free. I want to be able to go where I want, when I want, and do what I want, and not have to answer to anybody. And living in a vehicle, you could do that. You're cutting off that landlord. You're cutting off your house payments if you're making big house payments and you feel that you can't afford it no more. You're cutting all that out and you're living free. Of course, you're still going to have to pay your insurance on your car. You're going to have to still pay your telephone bill, an internet bill if you want internet in your car or your van. But other than that, you're going to get rid of an electric bill. You're going to get rid of a gas bill. You're going to get rid of a rent bill, and you're going to get rid of the Karens that live close to you. Now, I'm going to be showing that journey here on my YouTube channel, and I will be doing more videos of me living life on the road. I will probably do some lives and things like that also on my YouTube channel. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I would suggest that you go down below and you hit the subscribe button and the all notification bell so you're notified when I upload a video. Now, I'm not going to say I'm not going to do movie recommendations or movie talk or meditation videos or pet short videos, because I will still do them also. But my channel is going to take a complete 360, and I'm going to walk you through the process of going from a 3-bedroom apartment to a 2007 Saturn Ion to a van. And we're going to go through it together. And I'm going to take this journey, and I'm going to take you guys on the journey with me also, so you could see what it's like. I know there's a lot of other YouTubers out there that do the same thing and they make videos. Some people like to watch them, some people don't. But if you like to watch that kind of content, you want to learn more about living life on the road, then come travel with me and hit the subscribe button down below. I will see you in my next video.